Hi guys, Billy back, and this time we are going to be looking at Devil Molly, the 1/6 scale Blitzway Hunters figure that I've been really looking forward to for a while. This is the 5th figure in a collaboration between Customizer Behead Works and Blitzway. I do have the other 4 figures, and so I was really looking forward to the 5th, and I have to say overall I am very impressed. But we're going to get into looking at all of this as we go along. Taking a look at the packaging, it was spectacular. I really like what they're doing with these boxes. I have to say, I think I preferred the Boy and Berber Cats boxes more than Dr. BB's White Ghosts and Devil Molly's, mostly because it was a lot bigger. It felt a lot more like they were releasing a statue. They still managed to give us a lot of stuff, and you still managed to get the vibe back, where I think White Ghost lost a little bit of that razzle dazzle with the packaging. I think they've really brought it back with Devil Molly, because I had a blast unboxing this stuff. Now the box design is absolutely gorgeous as always. The cardboard is nice, thick, sturdy. The artwork on the front is really good. There is a spot gloss print on the logo, and there's just some nice artwork all the way around with the logo Devil Molly up the top and everything. Colours are great. It really gives you the vibe that they're going for with these figures, and it just gives you an overall feeling that you're getting something special. And when you open it up, you can see there is polystyrene packaging on the inside, but that's also been wrapped around with these like Blitzway straps that they usually reserve for statues, but they also brought them for the Blitzway Hunters. I don't know if they did them for their Kurt Cobain figure, I'm not 100% certain, but they definitely did it for this, and you can't blame them. They want to keep this as secure and wrapped up as possible. And overall, when I was unboxing it all, I genuinely again felt like I was getting something very special. But anyway, let's go in and have a look at the accessories, because she comes with quite a bit. I think Devil Molly is the first Blitzway Hunter to come with 2 pairs of hands. They normally only come with 1 set of hands, but they've decided to give her 2 pairs, and I think that is a way better way to go. The 2 hands that you had with the other figures had to do everything. They had to be able to hold weapons, they had to be able to hold accessories, they had to be able also to look relaxed a little bit if need be. So they did a lot of heavy lifting. Now the poses they went with were pretty good, but it would have been nice to be able to have a little bit more choice. Then what they've done here is they've given us a relaxed hand and a gripping hand for certain accessories, which is really good. But look at the details on the back of this hand. Look at all that wiring that goes down into the hands. Maybe she can electrocute people with this hand or something, where all the power goes through. Looks like some sort of power brick there. I absolutely love the details of these. Nice weathering all the way through. The paint application on the hands and the wraps and everything is just always on point. This is what I really like about these things. Now she also comes with 2 guns, and they're sort of like shotgun style guns, where you can sort of open this up and you can see the shell inside. You can also remove the shell if need be, but don't know why you need to right now, but you can do if you want them sort of like fallen by her feet like she's just fired them. And then you can close this up again, and as you can see, the hammer goes up and down. You can see there's lots of dry brushing near the front of this. Again, like I said, this moves up and down. Overall, I really like it. Nice gunmetal brushing all the way through. It's not as dirty as I would have thought, but it's still pretty good. Look how it's sort of worn away by the hammer, where somebody's been using it a lot and worn away the paint. Again, really like that. You get 2 of those, so you can double pose with them if need be. She also comes with her breathing apparatus, which is really funky. I really like what they've done with this. Look at all the details here. This has a slight movement to it there. The straps just here. This moves forward and back. Just really nice. Again, they've got all that dirt going through it. I would have liked them to weather it a little bit more, but I think she's supposed to be a bit more vibrant, a little bit more funky. I get vibes of Tiny Tina from her. So yeah, I do really like what they've done overall. This is only half of it. There is a second half, and it's this Devil Molly sort of like big spike devil horned helmet. Looks like some sort of diving gear that's been converted. It's just amazing. Like I do get Borderlands vibes from this, like somebody was inspired by Borderlands overall, but it is really cool. Really like that opens up, and then once you're putting this on, You have to turn it to the side to begin with because there's two sort of ridges here that you can actually slide these onto. Let's get this in somehow. Come on. There you go, that goes on. Then you're supposed to turn this forward and boom. So once that's on her, you put that on. You're supposed to take her head off first, then put this on. There is a website. If you go in, you get a QR code with the certificate of authenticity, and then you can actually go onto the website and they have a little short 4-minute video of how to put everything together. It's, you know, something I would like Hot Toys to do a bit more, but you know, it is a nice touch. If you do get stuck, there is a video out there you can use to put it all together. But look at that, look at all the details, all these little stickers down here, lots of dry brushing. I like these aerials at the back. Yeah, look at this tube here. I don't know where this goes. It is posable though and bendable, so it does articulate, and I would like to know where it goes, if it goes on any of these bits or if it actually goes somewhere else on a different accessory. I don't know, I'll have a look at the instructions and figure it out. She also comes with this weapon, and it's really weird and funky, but you can see it's like all spiky and stuff, and danger caution writing. Love the paintwork, love it. Now you might see during the video that I have like black on my fingers. If that happens, it's only because there is maybe some sort of like black wash in here, and some of that may rub off. That's kind of par for the course with these figures, I'm afraid. I'm not going to say dry brushed and worn anymore. I'm just going to say really nice looking. That way I won't be saying it over and over again. I love that little spike thing here. It does close up, and if you want to, it does open up both sides. It articulates so that when you're putting it on the hand, you can close it up around her hand there. Nice. And there's that gun handle, so you can slot the hand in there so it holds it. And then this actually has 2 more accessories, or really I think maybe 4. There is like this sharp spike here, and then we put this on like so, and then this one as well. There you go, twists on just about, and then she comes with this sort of 2 spikes that can go up and down and articulate and become like weapons on her hand. But they also have 2 other pieces that look like they come from Edward Scissorhands. That's so weird. Like they all move as well. They're all articulated and move up and down like that. And then this goes on like so. Then you get the second one, and then it goes on here like so. Voila. And then that works really well. Now apparently this goes on her back as well, so it can be like a really big collar that sort of flames out over her back to make it look like some sort of mad devil woman. It's heinously awesome. And these accessories don't only go on her weapon. She also has a teddy bear. Of course she does, because what kind of psychopath wouldn't like a teddy bear? And there he is. Now when I first done a preview of this figure, I was convinced that they wouldn't be able to do the flocking or make it a real teddy. I thought to myself, they're going to make this plastic sculpted and that'll be it. But boy was I wrong. They absolutely produced a real teddy bear. Bit floppy on the legs there, but still. And then he's got like this armor on his back here. Now apparently you can take this off and you can fit it to her if you chose to. So again, because it's got an adjustable strap, I believe that. But you can see he has these 2 empty hands here, look. And then you can get these weapons and you can twist them onto his hand here. And there he is. Look at that little psycho teddy. It's an old teddy bear that's lost its face and its eyes and everything, but she's managed to use 2 screws to put on the eyes, and she's used these sharp bits of metal to try and make a fanged face and everything. Yeah. This looks fun, doesn't it? But yeah, it's a genuine teddy. It's got real felt, sort of like teddy bear sort of fabric, squishy. And what would any young girl in the wasteland need more than a massive giant Van Door that's used as a shield? Look at that. It's even got like transparent plastic up here for the real window. She's got spray paint all over it. She likes her branding, doesn't she? She's called Devil Moli. Wow. Yeah, it looks like it's all been spray painted. It's insane. Matt, it's a chunk weight as well. This is like really heavy. Look at it all dented and busted, like someone's panel beating it. And it's got all these scratches in the sides of it. Looks like bullet holes. Yeah, this has seen some action, and then you can see there's like the wiring from the rear view mirror just hanging down. And then she comes with these grenades. Nice detail, lovely weathering. Really, really small. Here's a green one for you. And just in case any of you thought, oh, I'd really, really like a yellow one. It's the only real one I've wanted. You can actually get another yellow one. There you go. Then you lucky. Then she comes with this little, I don't know, gizmo that does something. I guess you can make up yourself what it does, because I don't know what it does. Might be a radio, I don't know. And she comes with this tube thing. Don't know what this is either. Is it like a battery, some sort of power supply thing? A baton maybe that's sort of shrunk down? I don't know. I have no idea what that is. But there it is. That's what that thing is. It's a thing that she has, and it goes on her somewhere. I don't know where, but enjoy it. And she also comes with a very fashionable coat. Look at this thing. Wow, that's funky as hell. Look at it. It's like she just ripped it off of a Barbie doll, doesn't it? It's pretty crazy, like a rain mat type stuff. But it looks like she's taken some canvas and converted it into like a raincoat. I would have preferred it if this was a little bit more weathered. It's a bit weathered around the edges here, but it's just looks fairly clean all the way up. A bit more weathering around the pockets perhaps. Let's check the pockets. Are they real pockets? Ooh, yeah, they're real pockets. Look at that. Ooh. There's a little bit of weathering around the cuff, but not a lot. I would have liked a little bit more for this lady. You can always add more yourself, again, you know, what's to stop you? But and she also has this really, really funky, huge tool stand. It takes up a little bit less space at the bottom than the other figures because they were quite wide and tall, but this has shrunk down a little bit, but it's still got the height that maybe, I don't know, maybe Berbercat had. Yeah, Berbercat and White Ghost had really, really tall stands, and this is just even taller than those. Look at the details here. Look at all the little like spray painting and the blues and the slightly, I don't know what you call it, aquamarine colour maybe. And then you've got the Moli logo there again. Look at that, it's like all the rivets in the metal just around the edge of that logo. Loads more of these tubes that a lot of these figures have. All dirt around the edge. Like pipes busted down here and broken away. Again, more pipes busted. Filthy. Really gross, but good gross, you know. And then round the back, this rock formation forms all the way around. You can see some more piping just down here. Kind of camouflaged in a little bit. And then some sort of wiring or sort of like electrical box down here with more wiring that goes in. But you can see she's got the red markings and a bit of spray paint on there. There is some sort of girder thing sticking out the side there, and we've got the Hunters logo just on the side. And you wouldn't see that unless you sort of have it on a revolving turntable or turn it around backwards or something like that. But look at that thing. Okay, let's actually take a look at the figure herself. Okay, so here she is just straight out of the box. You can see she doesn't have any hands on. This is how she came out. Her left foot was off to begin with, but I just popped that back on just now. But overall, you can see there is one big difference between this and the prototype that wasn't mentioned anywhere that I know of, and that is they have gone with a fully seamless TB League body as opposed to the rubber body with the seam shoulders that they showed in the prototype. I actually quite like that they have gone full seamless this time. I still like Berbercat. The seam in the shoulder doesn't bother me at all, but the fact that they decided, you know what, let's just go full seamless with this is a really nice little upgrade that I was not expecting. Let's first go in and have a look at the head sculpt. Under this bright lighting, the freckles sort of wash out a little bit, but as you can see, it is still great. You can see all the eyeshadow around the eyes, the two separate colours in the eyes. You can see he's got really nice sort of like pink tips just in the bottom of the hair, just around here. It's a nice soft malleable plastic. This bit pops up a little bit, but it doesn't articulate, I don't think. I think it's fixed in there, which is a little bit of a shame. You can see those little screw heads that have become like a bobble for her hair. I really like, again, the plaster seems to be a bit of a feature on some of these figures, and it's very nice. You can see the slightly pinkish hues and blushing in the cheeks and little redness around the eyeshadow area. Yeah, This is a fantastic looking figure. I absolutely love the paint application. I like those nice cherry glossy lips, and she's got a lollipop that she's enjoying. And you can see it actually looks like she's got a lollipop in her mouth. It sticks out a little bit there just to show that she does actually have a lollipop in there. And you can also see the sort of like blue tips around the edges as well as slight greyness all the way through. You can see her ear poking out the side there. Okay, and coming down into the body, you can see she actually has really sort of like nice pink hue accents. Again, it's a TB League body, so it's going to have loads and loads of articulation. Basically, whatever your imagination can conjure up, these figures can do pretty much, especially as she's not very restricted. She will be a bit more restricted when she gets all her gear on. And then looking at the clothing, you can see the weathering. It's just like a pink leotard, that's it really. And then she's got like this big, huge belt on. It says her logo on it, Devil Molly. And then she's also got like a leg strap here for her weapons. And you can see she's got all these sort of weathered wraps on. And then you come down, you can see she's got like the asymmetry in these figures is always a feature. There'll be one bit of armor on one leg and a completely different style of armor on the other. It's supposed to, you know, portray that they're just collecting items out of the wasteland and just hodgepodging their own sort of armor and weaponry together, just out of anything they can find, like scavengers, which is great. And you can see just on her right leg, she's managed to get some armor for her knee, which looks like twirly spike there from some sort of tool that she's nicked. And then you can see she's got a shin guard there, lovely painting, dirt, weather, all of that around the back. Real fabric straps on the back here. And then the shoes are a real feature. Look at these things. They're crazy. Look at all that dirt and sort of like grime all built into it, sort of creases just there. Look at these spikes on the end there that she sort of hammered onto her shoes. Look at that, and even the metal bits just on the bottom here. They're like high heels, but it looks like she's taken a pair of sort of like ice skates and sort of formed them into heels for her shoes. So when you put her down, they sort of keep her stable, which is really awesome. Best bits of design on this figure is those shoes, man. They're awesome. And again, all the wraps are weathered. They've got dirt all the way around them, and she's got like dirt sort of all the way up around her collarbone and just around the legs and the arms. Fantastic. So what we're going to do now is we're probably going to try and kit her out with a few bits. Okay, so here she is. She's got the helmet on, she's got the chest armor on, she's holding a gun, she's got the gloves on and everything. And it really is quite an impressive piece when you put it all together. I absolutely love what they did here. The fabric is sort of coming loose a little bit, so I might have to try and futz with that to try and fix it again. It's not a big deal, but be careful with that because you can see it is coming a bit loose already. But overall, wow, this is absolutely fantastic. I think this is a style you're either going to absolutely love or it's just not going to do anything for you. Again, I get Tiny Tina Borderlands 3 vibes from it. Whether you like Tiny Tina or not is up to you, but I do get that slight inspiration there. But every time I look at this thing, there's just a new detail that I missed the first time. There's bits you can swap out from her weapon to her teddy and vice versa. You can put the guns on the back of the armor strapped in. You can put the grenades hanging off the straps on like her belt if you wanted to, or maybe on the sides of the armor. The dirt, the grime, the grittiness of them is always fantastic. I like the fact that they went with a Feist and TV League body for this figure now. With this lady, she's a lot more colourful, she's a lot more pop art, she's a lot brighter. There's less weathering, less dirt around her, which is a little bit of a shame because, again, part of the reason these figures are so good is just how grimy and dirty and, you know, how much they look like they live in that world. But it doesn't hurt to have a bit of diversity, a little bit of difference between characters. She's obviously someone that doesn't like being as dirty as the others maybe. So overall, what do I think of the figure? Well, it's another outstanding release from Behead and Blitzway. I absolutely love these hunters, and this is just another great example of their work. However, it doesn't come without a few cons. Like, the headgear is impressive, but it can feel like it's rubbing on the head sculpt a bit too much when putting it on her and posing it. The wires that goes from the helmet to the front of the chest piece is very, very stiff. It has to go on a specific way, and it's extremely hard to position it into the port once the helmet is on. So a soft rubbery style tube would have been better, I think, overall. The pole for the stand swivels loosely on the base, and that can get in the way when putting the accessories on her back. The shells of the two guns can fall out a little bit too easily. Also, the guns in her chunky hands feel a tad loose, and she doesn't grip them as well as I'd like. Same for the big right shield, that can be a bit cumbersome. The wraps come loose fairly easy, but after watching Blitzway's instruction video, it's clear that may have been expected. It seems to happen on their figure as well, so I'm not too bothered overall about that. Also, because of her more poppy cyberpunk look, she does stick out a bit more from the other four. All the vibrant pinks sort of make her feel a little bit more anime, whereas the others are a little bit more post-apocalyptic and they just look a little bit more depressive is the best way I could describe it, whereas she looks like she's having a blast in the wasteland. If they'd have weathered her and darkened the freckles a little bit more on her face like they did on the prototype, that may not have been as obvious, but it kind of is, and it can be really difficult when putting the gun accessory on her back to make it look like she's got wings. When you put that on her back, the magnet's great, but unfortunately if you're putting it on the stand with that pole, the pole can get in the way, and so when you're putting it all together, yeah, it's not as easy as I would have liked. Also, the TB League is both a pro and a con. It's a pro because it's seamless, it has more posing, and honestly it looks bloody fantastic, doesn't it? It's a really great idea from them to actually swap over to the TB League bodies. But a con is its highly articulate body means that the barrier for entry is a little higher, and because it's got so many joints, it's a bit like Jenga. You've got to line everything up properly, and it can be difficult if you're you've got to do loads of micro adjustments and stuff to, you know, get her to look natural, because sometimes the legs can stand up a bit straight, the arms can stick out a bit unnaturally and stuff. You've really got to do a lot of micro adjusting on TB League bodies. So frustrating as that is, yeah, it is something you've got to think about. It's not as obvious with like the rubber bodies. It's a little bit easier to move them about and they stay a bit more natural overall, but you know, just be wary. If you've never had a TB League body before, be prepared to move the arm and then realise that something else got knocked out of whack, then you got to move that, then something else gets knocked out of whack, then you got to move that. It's just par for the course with them. The paint applications, the transfers, or weathering are great as per usual, although some may think she is a tad cleaner than the others and not like it, but it could be a one-off in a series, so I guess it's fine. We'll see if they release any more, if that weathering gets knocked down on those as well. I hope not. The accessories are phenomenal, and the mad design aesthetic is carried on through all of these hunters. The use of different weapons for both her and her teddy is great. In fact, the design and final production of the teddy itself is great too. I really like how it's just like a real teddy. Yeah, she commands your attention, I guess. The base is big and heavy, it's wonderfully painted. It does enough to add to the overall look of the figure without pulling attention from her. The shoe design is just amazing, by the way. The use of the ice skate blades for the heels was an inspired idea. It genuinely was. Overall, it's mad, amazingly designed and well executed, with just some small niggling issues that won't really get in the way of enjoying this figure too much. It's just another great release for the Blitzway Hunters line, and honestly, I really hope we get a number 6. But that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you do me a favour now. If you can get out of my cave, I've got to go try and put this on the shelf next to all her other brothers and sisters. Yeah, the Blitzway Hunters shelf is coming along just nicely. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.